बच्चे तो इनोसेंट हैं, बट विद इनविजिबल एंड डिजिटल मनी जब पैसे ही उनके हाथ में ना हो तो वो उसकी वैल्यू कैसे सीखेंगे? बट जरूरी तो है ना, आफ्टर ऑल मनी मैनेजमेंट एक इम्पोर्टेंट लाइफ स्किल है। इंटरनेशनल स्टडीज कहती हैं कि 7-8 साल की एज तक बच्चे अपनी मनी पर्सनालिटी बना लेते हैं। पर क्या इस एज तक पेरेंट्स बच्चों को मनी मैटर सिखा पाते हैं? शायद नहीं। यही से मुझे आइडिया आया कि क्यों ना हम सबसे पुराना ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी टूल पिगी बैंक को रीइन्वेंट कर दें। अगर मनी का फ्यूचर डिजिटल है तो पिगी बैंक पीछे क्यों रहे?
So welcome to the E-commerce Guru Entrepreneurial Success Series. आज हमारे साथ हैं पूर्वा अग्रवाल, who is a founder in tech fintech space and Women in Tech India Ambassador, investor advisor, business strategist, risk consultant, and many. So wow, we have already so much to discuss. Hello, Miss Purva, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for inviting me to your video series.
Yeah. So first of all, please tell us about your journey and कैसे आपने अपनी journey की start की और अभी तक का आपका क्या सफर रहा है?
Well, entrepreneurship journey की बात करें या career journey की बात करें, दोनों बहुत ही interesting ride हैं. For me in life, everything is something which I would say just unplanned and it just comes, and I think I'm always a sport to take it the best attitude. तो entrepreneurship journey, well, pandemic में शुरू हुई मेरी. I was working in London, I was studying in London, and somehow with the pandemic, I think March 13th पे pandemic शुरू हुआ था by WHO. Within 12-24 hours, I was in India. And because I wanted to be closer to family,
I think March 2021 में lockdown that thing announced.
Yeah, so exactly then, I had just come back so I could spend time with family because work from home culture tha, and things were, you would wanted to stay closer to family. And फिर वो ये कि लंदन में आप खुद सब कुछ कर रहे होते हैं, खाना पका रहे होते हैं, कुक कर रहे होते हैं, क्लीन कर रहे होते हैं. यहाँ पे इंडिया में इट्स अ टोटल डिफरेंट लाइफस्टाइल. सो आई हैड मेनी आवर्स टू माई सेल्फ. And उस time पे I started researching on this problem. I was also part of this program called Kairos, which is for young people who want to change the world and impact the world. So I got selected there. वहाँ पे we started, the program took us through this journey.
And what is the purpose of this program?
So the program is a very small community of people globally, especially under 25 kids, I would say, young talent. And Richard Branson, Bill Clinton, sort of जो बड़े बड़े लोग हैं वर्ल्ड के, उन्होंने ये कम्युनिटी क्रिएट करी है क्योंकि उनके पास स्केल है, उनके पास पैसा है, उनके पास वो सब कुछ है, और बट उनके पास हैंड्स या टाइम नहीं होते. And for young people like me, we have a vision, we want to change the world, but हमें direction या आप कहें capital या आप कहें वो जो स्केल पे सोचना, वो हमें आता नहीं है. We have the josh, we don't have the host. So the idea was this community where they would train us. They will invite the best talent, and then the best people in the world will come and they will start training you to think on scale, to think about how to solve a problem, and they will give you that guidance. So, I mean, wo kuch couple of months on Zoom I was doing during the pandemic, and I would say they started brainwashing me. Ki, from a job mindset, now you're thinking about, I want to change the world and I want to make something of my own and I want to be an entrepreneur and things have to, have to look at better things. And so it's kind of, I believe it's not a program, okay? It's like a brainwashing space. Change a person from a good way. Yeah, of course, in a good way. I'm just joking when I'm saying it. And yeah, I mean, that's when my startup was born on a Word document. 70 pages ka Word document tha. And that's it. I just shared that Word document to get feedback from the correct people in my circle, in India, in UK, everywhere that I knew them. And some of them just decided to back us up. And they said, okay, we like what you have written on paper. This looks like a solid business plan, a business idea, and we should build it. And then I did a Zoom pitching session in the pandemic. जहाँ पे कुछ लोगों को invite करा. Some angels. I pitched my idea to them. I said, look, this is what I want to build, and this is what I'm asking for. And you should just, if you feel that I'm on the right track, then please support me. And that's how the startup started. Within a month of doing so, people were ready. We incorporated the company. I was partly funded to start this, and again, I was working as well, so I was not full time into it back then.
First
Then
started Good Good Piggy, right?
yeah, for starting with Good Piggy, correct. So I was not full time. I was working also. I was working online
Yeah.
because pandemic was going on, and side by side I was doing this. Angels had given us some support, and from there we have within 2-3 months we were standing in Dubai's Sharjah's pitching competition, one of the only startups in India from India globally as a finalist. So मैंने कहा wow, this has some really मतलब something nice is happening. Some people from Switzerland covered us, some people from Japan covered us, and when Shark Tank I came to know. So Shark Tank I sent. Then as a 4 months old startup, we were standing on the Shark Tank stage.
Yeah,
So
I've seen.
then I knew that this has potential, and then I took it full time eventually. So I said, okay, now this needs to be full time. In the last 6 months, we have worked hard to create the product, and now the product is being distributed to users by invite. So I think it's really nice. In the last 1 year, it's a journey from being an employee to an employer, where our office has now come up in South Delhi, and we have like a 25-seater office. It's a great journey.
Yeah. So please tell us about your startup, which is Good Good Piggy. कि किस तरह की financial literacy आप लोगों को बताते हो या किस तरीके की product और services आप लोग देते हो, and क्या ये सिर्फ kids के लिए है especially या this is for everyone? I really want to
Correct.
know.
See, financial literacy or money management as a topic in general is for everybody, right? Everybody should be money aware. So you should know about how to manage money. Because I always say life skill. दिस इज अ लाइफ स्किल वेयर आपको भी इंडिविजुअली इम्पैक्ट करता है, आपकी फैमिली को भी इम्पैक्ट करता है, आपके जनरेशन्स को भी इम्पैक्ट करता है. तो टॉकिंग अबाउट मनी, लर्निंग अबाउट मनी, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली इंडियन लैंडस्केप के अंदर हम लोग छुपाते हैं, हम पैसे को गलत वे में देखते हैं. मतलब वी आर नॉट प्राउड टू से आई वांट टू अर्न मनी. हाँ, यू टेक इट बैड. You take like अच्छा उसके पास बहुत पैसा है, they might be not very good people, and there is that entire weird
I think.
think about the Indian society and money. That is very important, right? That's what takes everybody ahead. So well, it's a very important topic. जब मैंने इस प्रॉब्लम को देखा तो ऑब्वियसली आप किसी भी लेवल पे शुरू कर सकते हो, और आपको शुरू करना चाहिए इसके बारे में नॉलेज. बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, अगर ये प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना था, सो द रियल बेसिक साइंटिफिक फैक्ट्स, Cambridge University was saying that money personality in your brain is set by the age of 7. तो अगर हमें इसको एक्चुअली में ब्रेन वाइज, बिहेवियर वाइज, पर्सनालिटी वाइज ठीक करना है, वी हैव टू एक्चुअली स्टार्ट early talking to children about money before the age of 7. मतलब 4-5 years पे when the child is learning numbers, you should start talking to them about how the money works, things work. And अगर आप देखें भी, हम करते हैं ऐसा इन इंडियन सोसाइटी. हम सब लोग अपने घर में बच्चे को गुल्लक लाके देते हैं, फिर हम उसको कॉइन्स देते हैं. So it is there. So that's what we found out in our research also, that we are supposed to start early, because scientifically your brain starts developing at the age of 7. And not only starting early, we are also supposed to, and we already do, give piggy bank. So it's nothing new I'm doing, right? I'm just taking a very old offline behavior online. Why I'm doing it online is because the future of money has become digital. Our present of money has become digital. We're all transacting on debit card, credit card, internet banking, online, digital wallet. तो बच्चों को भी वही चीज सिखाओ ना जो उनको सीखनी है और जैसे यूज करना है. बिकॉज कैश में जब आप यूज करते हैं मनी को, और जब आप ऑनलाइन यूज करते हैं, बहुत डिफरेंट बिहेवियर्स हैं, डिफरेंट फीलिंग्स हैं ये, एंड बहुत ही डिफरेंट वे में आपका दिमाग डिसीजन मेकिंग करता है. जब आप टेंजिबली करते हो चीज अपने हैंड से, देन यू थिंक अबाउट इट वेरी वेरी मच. But when you do a click, then you different experience. So idea was to make sure that kids learn this, but in a relevant way, in the way that they will be using it. Because no more electricity bills are not coming at your house. Nobody is seeing expenses happening. Nobody is going to buy some stuff. Now everything is happening online. So when that is happening, you're not seeing money being exchanged in society. So you don't
Exactly.
know the value of it. Kids today don't know the value of it. There's so much consumerism in the environment. Not only consumerism, there is an increase of debt. So everything you want to buy, you can afford. क्योंकि EMI है, 0% है. So what I'm genuinely seeing and what we are seeing across the world is people are living beyond their means. And that's why
Yeah.
there are these issues. तो बस कहीं ना कहीं वही सारे जो बड़े प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उनका सोल्यूशन बहुत छोटा सा है. वो सोल्यूशन ये है कि अपने बच्चे से आप बात करना शुरू करिए. ये जनरेशन सबसे बड़ी जनरेशन है पूरे वर्ल्ड के अंदर, इंडिया में. सो
Yeah,
वी आर
true.
अमंग countries in the world जहाँ पे सबसे सारे बच्चे हैं. After China, we have the most number of kids in the world. So if we don't
Exactly.
talk as a nation to our children,
Yeah, we
then
need to
as a
share.
result,
Yeah.
correct, we're not going there. So yes, this Good Good Piggy is an app for parents and kids. Parents who want to take it like a parenting tool, kids who want to have their own Paytm or their oन Google Pay. अभी एक बात मुझे ये भी लगता है कि जो हम चिल्ड्रन सेविंग अकाउंट्स हैं जो बैंक्स देते
Yeah.
हैं वो बच्चों के यूज के ही नहीं है. इट्स सो डिफिकल्ट. दे डोंट इवन नो हाउ टू यूज इट. दे डोंट नो हाउ टू लॉग इनटू इट. दे डोंट नो हाउ टू गो देयर. सो
Piggy and this type of saving plans.
So Good Good Piggy is an app. It's there on your phone, and it is again like any other bank account. Your parents, etc., are looking after it. They are monitoring it. They are involved in the decision making. Just that it is more child friendly. It is more gamified as an experience. It is more creative. It is more easy to use. It looks like a game where kids can understand. अच्छा ये तो मेरा money vault लग रहा है, and यहाँ पे मेरे इतने पैसे हैं. They can't go and use a banking app. Banking apps are not meant for kids. They don't even look like products for kids. सो कहीं ना कहीं हमने उसको सिंप्लीफाई करा है ताकि बच्चे एक्चुअली में मनी मैनेजमेंट खुद कर सकें, अंडर गाइडेंस कर सकें. So
Right.
there's nothing on the app that cannot happen without the parents' consent. तो होता भी ऐसे ही है ना. आई थिंक मनीषा, व्हेन यू टेक योर चाइल्ड और टू यू टेक योर नीस और नेफ्यू टू अ रेस्टोरेंट, तो दे पैसे आप रहे होते हो बट आप उनको बोलते हो कि जाके आप पे करके आइए. राइट. दैट इज
Yeah.
बिकॉज
It is very
यू
important to know. Yeah, exactly.
So that's what the idea and concept of Good Good Piggy is. And lots of parents, especially working parents, are seeing this like a solution. अब पैसे आपको देने हैं बच्चे को, pocket money आपको देनी है, but I am of an advocate who says, why just give it? They should earn it,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
So
True.
बच्चों को पेशेंस सिखानी है हमें. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात ये है. तो लेट देम अर्न इट. उनको बोलिए कि एकदम से नहीं खरीदना. आपने जो आपके मुंह से बोला ऐसे फट से उसको यस मत करिए. टेल देम आप ठीक है, आपको ये चाहिए, आप उसको अर्न करो. और फिर आप उनको चैलेंज करिए उनकी बुरी आदतों पे,
Exactly.
उनकी बुरी
Exactly.
हैबिट. ये ठीक करो. फिर यही तो होता है पेरेंट्स. आप ये करके दिखाओ फिर मैं इट्स नॉट ब्राइबिंग. इट इज जस्ट द वे यू वांट टू मॉडिफाई द पर्सन्स बिहेवियर. यू वांट टू सेलिब्रेट दैट दे आर चेंजिंग एंड बिकमिंग गुड चिल्ड्रन.
Exactly. And this
So
is the
that's what
only way कि वो उस मनी की और उस चीज की वैल्यू समझेगी. This
वैल्यू
is
करेंगे.
that.
अभी किड्स डोंट हैव वैल्यू. आप जितना मर्जी उनको ले आइए, दे डोंट. उनको पता ही नहीं महंगा टॉय छोटा टॉय. व्हेन दे अर्न इट देन दे हैव द वैल्यू ऑफ इट. आके आपको बड़े प्राउड से बोलेंगे ये मैंने अर्न करा है, ये मैं. एंड दे विल बी पोसेसिव अबाउट इट. दे विल रिस्पेक्ट एंड दे विल इम्प्रूव. तो जो चीज में वो अच्छे नहीं है वो उसको करेक्ट भी करेंगे दैट बहाना. They will
Exactly.
become good. So I think you should let your children earn pocket money. And when they do good stuff, let them unlock pocket money. Ask them to save it. Ask them to budget for it. And then give them permission to spend it.
Right, right. Actually,
So
आपने बोली, मुझे पर्सनली एक अपना खुद का एक्सपीरियंस ध्यान आया. I know this family. There's a father, who gave her his child 100-200 rupees. जब उसका उनके जो बेटे हैं जो कुछ काम वो उन्हें देते हैं कि यू हैव टू डू दिस वर्क, यू हैव टू वॉश माय कार और यू हैव टू डू सम लॉन्ड्री थिंग. एंड और वो मुझे आके उस बच्चे ने मुझे आके बताया कि दिस इज माय मनी और वो मैंने खुद ने कमाई है. एंड आई फील सो प्राउड ऑन हिम एंड ही इज आल्सो सो प्राउडिंग ऑन हिम कि मैंने खुद ने कमाई है. उसको आई थिंक दिस इज द वे वो अपनी मैनेजमेंट सिखा रहे हैं, फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट सिखा रहे हैं, मनी मैनेजमेंट सिखा रहे हैं. एंड आई थिंक यही आप बताना चाहते हो लोगों को.
not just chores, मनीषा. मतलब वो शायद फॉरेन के अंदर ज्यादा कॉन्सेप्ट चलता है. गाड़ी को दो या मांझ दो. इन इंडिया इट विल नेवर वर्क. राइट. मतलब अगर पेरेंट्स करवा रहे हैं दैट्स ब्रिलियंट. kudos to those parents. But general parents नहीं कराएंगे. What Indian parents really want to do with children is let them learn and let them earn. For example, आप एक नई लैंग्वेज सीखिए. and then you earn your pocket money. या आप उनको बोलिए कि आप एक नया डांस स्किल सीखिए, आप नया स्पोर्ट पिकअप करिए, या आप टाइम से उठिए, टाइम से सोइए, आप कम टीवी देखिए. I don't know, whatever the problem of the child is. My point is that, it's not just about doing chores and not just about doing tasks. You know, it's it can be as simple as motivating them in the correct learning curve. You know, you want to teach them spiritual sciences, you know, कुछ आपको spirituality में सिखाना है उनको, या कुछ भी आपको उनकी लाइफ में इम्प्रूव करना है, you can always make sure कि वो responsibility को या उस learning curve को positively देखें.
Exactly, true. So very beautiful. आपने जो भी सारे words बोले बहुत ही अच्छे से आपने explain किया. One question I have, that I have seen a lot of girls, or I can say, youth or young boys or girls, who want to achieve something, or who want to do something, who want to start their own startup from, very young age. But I feel that कि कहीं कुछ areas में they are lacking. Maybe routines or habits, or sometimes they don't even have some many resources or any support type of thing. So आप एक यूथ को क्या एडवाइस देना चाहोगे जो खुद का बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना चाहता है फ्रॉम दी स्क्रैच? सो मैं भी यही बोलूंगी कि आप खुद भी एक यूथ हो, आप खुद भी काफी यंग हो, और आपने खुद काफी कुछ स्टार्ट किया है फ्रॉम आई थिंक बहुत ही कम टाइम में. सो आप क्या एडवाइस देना चाहोगे यूथ को कि कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए, और कैसे एक प्रोसेस को फॉलो करते हुए वी कैन जस्ट डू समथिंग?
Absolutely. You can never, like, अगर आप मेरी बात करें personally, I am one. पीछे एक team है which makes it possible. They are very, very involved people, dedicated people, day in and day out, who make my life easier, right? So I think teamwork, अपने साथ एक team ढूंढना, हर टीम के अंदर हर बंदे की इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंस इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, अदरवाइज द टीम डजंट गो अहेड. So none of it is impossible to do. It is also only possible to do if you have the correct guidance. Because we are young, we don't have that much experience, right? Time is not in our favor, right? It is in our favor because our mistakes are not that serious, right? We don't have so much dependability. या आप कह सकते हैं वो हमारे पास freedom है to make mistakes. But on the other side of the coin is that we are making those mistakes and then calling it experience. So what is important is marry experience in your journey. So while I am young, my father is now in a post retired situation and plan. He has 30 years of experience in banking and finance. He becomes my pillar. So that's how I think as a startup, I go ahead because I'm leveraging on somebody else's experience. Likewise, there are people in startup who are vice presidents and presidents of a bank, right? Who have led, even in terms of marketing, led marketing for very, very big TV channels. And so you have to marry that. You can't be all young, and I mean you can be, I'm not saying no, but I'm saying that there has to be a balance where जो भी आपकी कमी है, maybe you are a young person जिसका मैथ्स नहीं अच्छा, तो आप एक बंदा ढूंढिए जिसका मैथ्स अच्छा हो. Maybe आपके communication skills अच्छे नहीं है, you have the brain, so if you find somebody who can do communication skills for you. If you are a big coder but you don't know how to sell your product, you need to find somebody who does sales for you. So overall, especially in terms of young people, we need to know where to find mentorship and where to find that experience, so that overall we are ready to move ahead. Otherwise कहीं ना कहीं हम अटकेंगे.
Yeah, true.
So those are my 2 cents for young people who are looking to do their own ventures. Apart from that, young people who are looking to do their own ventures, just don't do it for the heck of it. Sometimes you should first go and join another venture and check. So before I did, I was working for so many companies, so many consulting groups. I have worked with startups as well. I've consulted them as well, not only in India, abroad as well, right? In a short time of my life. And that dedication today allows me to join the dance overall. So for anybody who is young, who wants to start something of this, apart from passion, apart from energy, apart from commitment that you need to give, because it will not be an easy ride, you need to find the right type of people around you. You need to find right type of framework, experience, and an attitude कि आपको हमेशा learn करना है. Because as a professional जब आप होते हैं, आपके पास एक tunnel vision है कि मैं ये इस चीज का expert हूँ, मेरी ये job है, मुझे ये सीखना है. But when as an entrepreneur, there is no tunnel. It's like it's an ocean of things you have to learn.
Yeah, true. So, what is your advice to those people who are already doing, and just stuck in some type of legal issues? लीगल इश्यूज हो जाते हैं, फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज होते हैं, सो उस टाइम पे आप क्या एडवाइस लोगों को देना चाहोगे कि वो कैसे, एज यू
Take
आर,
help of experts. Experts की हेल्प लीजिए, अपने आप को अपस्किल करिए, आप जाके कुछ लर्न करिए वो चीजें जो आपको नहीं पता. ऑफ कोर्स गूगल है, बट गूगल 100% नहीं होता. गूगल एक ग्लोबलाइज सॉफ्टवेयर है, तो वो ग्लोबल रिजल्ट्स देता है. इट विल नॉट गिव यू स्पेसिफिक रिजल्ट्स. सो करेक्ट सोर्स से लर्न करना इम्पोर्टेंट है, right? So things you don't legally kahin pe stuck hai, so there is no point just going and blatantly googling it. Figure out what act it is, kahan pe padhna chahiye. Of course, be self motivated to find your own solutions, but please pay for experts, and if you cannot pay for experts, then make it a way ki wo expert aapko help kare. Like for example, even in my startup, psychology for example is something I do not know. It's not my core area, but I have a psychologist who came on board first as a mentor, now as an advisor, and very soon she will be also involved as an employee, and there's a team of people who are working with her, under her guidance. She's made her own vertical down the scape. So चाहे वो legal हो, चाहे वो finance हो, चाहे वो कोई भी आपका ऐसा core area which you don't know, please hire experts, please refer to consultants, and if you're doing it yourself, then make sure कि आप अपनी learning correct source से कर रहे हैं.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, what is your advice to the, I think, to especially to the college students related to the financial thing? I really
Please come
want
and
to
work.
know.
Please come and work for Good Good Piggy so you can learn how a startup is done. But
Yeah, you can. Yes, yes, yes.
jokes aside, young college people have a lot of talent. They are they're at a position jahan pe when I have interacted with them, they have lots and lots of energy. But channelize kahan pe karni hai, kya rasta pick karna hai, wo unko nahi pata. It's almost like what they say, a caterpillar's view. बट आपको एक बर्ड आई व्यू चाहिए जो ऊपर से देख के बता सके दिस इज हाउ द रोड मैप ऑफ योर चॉइसेस विल बी. सो फॉर कॉलेज किड्स हु वांट टू लुक एट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, द बेस्ट थिंग इज गो एंड एक्सपीरियंस अ स्टार्टअप, and talk to the founder about it. Ki boss, this is what my vision of life is. This is what I want to experience. Can you help me experience it? And then make informed choices. And trust me, no experience goes waste. It will always circle back. I don't know who said this, but this is a really great man. I'm not for sure who said it, but somebody said that you can only make sense looking back. You can never make sense looking forward, right? I think it was Steve Jobs. But I think that's totally true. The experiences lay rahe hain, but you can never make sense of it while you're taking them. But when you look back in hindsight, you'll totally know they were the correct experiences to put you in the place where you are right now.
So thank you for answering this question. Actually, I was asking about the financial advice. Financial
Okay.
financial thing. As you are a financial advisor, you have your own startup related to the financial thing. So what is the advice you will give to the college student related to the financial management? Because I think in the school or in the college especially, student just वो बस खर्च करते हैं in parties and all the things, and they feel like कि हमने इतने सारे पैसे खर्च किए, and after the graduation when they start earning they feel like what to do, how can we do the manage, how can we do the
Three advices for young college kids who are talking about personal finance. Okay, the first one is use a budgeting tool. Okay, you have limited resources, your parents give you limited money, right? Use a budgeting tool which will help you budget your expenses. When you're making expenses and you're putting those budgets down, ask yourself what are your needs and wants. I do this exercise even with the young kids who use Good Good Piggy. Okay, they also sit down and do this with us. There are 10 things you want, but ask yourself needs, wants, prioritize it, and make a budget. And try and see जो आपकी needs हैं वो तो आप उस budget में डालेंगे, but जो आपकी wants हैं उनको saving goals बना लीजिए, right? So you can then make a balance between needs and wants, and you'll be able to budget your stuff. Second advice, think how to earn more, right? So, take experiences. Nothing is small or big. You have time, you have talent. Instead of, I'm not saying parties, etc. Everything is really important. It's very important. Right? But maybe, this is the best time where you can freelance, where you can be on 10 websites, where you can learn as much as you want, because ये phase of life है जहाँ पे आप experiment कर सकते हैं, जहाँ पे आप explore करना चाहिए. It will make your soft skills, it will make your technical skills, it will make your hard skills, whatever you need, it will build you, right? So आप earn more, budget yourself. And of course, my third advice will be start investing. So investment or compounding, Einstein said it, कि compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. अगर आपके के साथ काम कर रहे हैं तो it will make you earn, but if it's working against you, it will make you pay. So the best time to start investments is when you're in college. Just start investing. As small as, $1,000 is when you can start doing SIPs. So please start investing. तो आपने जो expenses का budget बनाया, उसमें से आप straight away अपना investment पहले minus करें, at least make compounding work for you. And you'll realize in a couple of years you'll be and it's very difficult as a college person to start investing. I know because I've been there, right? वो आपके अंदर एक instant gratification need होती है कि अभी पैसे आए, अभी इसको use करें. Why should we waste our money? Why should we waste our money for something that will be tomorrow? But it's very important. So education. So yeah, three tips I gave. Definitely budget your money, needs, wants, and make your wants into saving goals. Second, earn more money, because that's the best phase of life. It will not just make you earn more money, it will give you more experience also. And the third thing that I said was, invest. So there has to be investment, because in the longer run of life, this will really help us.
So according to you, what are the different methods a student can invest? One thing you said that SIP, other is I think share market and also different type of thing.
So investments as a concept has to be taken in a goal-based manner, right? A lot of children today, and that's the reality across the world, are financing their education through loans, right?
True.
So it becomes very difficult for them that, they already have a loan in their hand, and how do they make investments? Often parents will guide you in the same manner. So it's very important कि आप investment को don't take it like in stone. You have to also look at it from the perspective of your objectives, right? First objective, definitely, आप इतना save कर पाएं कि आपके पास emergency funds हैं.
Exactly.
Set aside. सबसे पहला गोल बनाइए इन्वेस्टमेंट का कि मैं अपनी कंटिजेंसी रिजर्व सेट करूँ. तो जो भी आपके एक्सपेंसेस चल रहे हैं 6 months के पैसे आप हटा दीजिए धीरे धीरे. ऑब्वियसली 1 महीने में आप वो 6 months के पैसे थोड़ी इकट्ठे कर पाएंगे.
Make it an emergency fund at least.
In next 3 months you have to think कि बस 3 महीने मुझे हेड डाउन करके रहना है so that मैं 6 months के पैसे अपने कलेक्ट कर सकूं. करेक्ट. सो कंटिजेंसी रिजर्व बनाइए. उसके बाद एक रूल बनाइए कि यार 70-30 रेशियो या 60-40 रूल वट एवर इट इज, मुझे इसके हिसाब से इन्वेस्ट करना है. यस, अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को देखिए शॉर्ट टर्म, मीडियम टर्म, लॉन्ग टर्म, व्हाट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट टू यू, एंड देन टेक डिसीजंस लाइक दैट. द थर्ड थिंग दैट यू हैव टू आल्सो एनालाइज इज योर रिस्क प्रोफाइल. Are you a person who likes to take risk? You don't like, and there will be many factors which help to determine this. Sometimes people are not in a good family situation. Sometimes people are not in, they have a education. So, वो आपको risk, you will get your investor profile. When you ask yourself these questions, because again, no one size fits all. ना हम सबके circumstances अलग हैं, हम सबके background अलग हैं, everything is different. That is what I say. Money management is a very, very, very personalized topic. I cannot make rules for it. Right? It's very dependent on everybody. So sometimes people are supporting families. We don't even know, but some friends of ours will be there in your group. They're coming from very different situations. So I can't generalize it, but I can definitely say कि ये questions आप पूछेंगे, you'll understand who you are as a person, what's your investor profile, and then you pick up your choices, right? If you can take risk, or you cannot take risk, then you pick products. So I will not recommend products here, but what I will say is first get to the point where you can at least select products for yourself.
True. So this is wonderful. So I think recently you have written a book which is on the future possibilities of the world, right?
So I am writing it. It's not finished as yet. So I hope I'm able to finish it. And to be very honest, with the Good Piggy on my plate, it's become so difficult to find time to write. But yes, it's a work in progress.
So what is your inspiration to write this book or writing this book?
The inspiration is very simple. I have traveled in the world, and having said so, I've come to know so many things. and so many things that are happening in different countries, that are happening across the world. And collectively जब आप उन सब चीजों को देखो, then I can see कि शायद इस direction में जा रही है world, but then they can also go in the other direction. So there's so many possibilities. The idea is कि क्या हम in a very short read can I make the people aware कि ऐसे ऐसे possibilities after all the research work, etc. These are a few narratives that are building in the world. And then whatever is relevant to you as a reader, you can pick and you can zoom in and you can read more about it. So can you introduce yourself to all the possibilities the world is heading in a very short time? In let's say 5,000 words, 500 words a day के हिसाब से, you just read a paper and that helps you. So that was my idea, and then generally whatever is relevant to a person, they will double click and start reading and snowballing into it.
Oh, that's wonderful. So one thing I also know about you is that you are also a part of podcast, right? On Point Global. Yeah. So where you collaborate with many global personalities. So if anyone wants to listen those podcasts, basically, where can we find them?
So they are available on Amazon, they're on Apple, on Spotify. They are also available, I think, on a couple of places. Even if you write Purva Aggarwal podcast, you'll be able to reach them on Google Podcasts as well. Again, this stuff started in the pandemic, where I was really missing my friends from London, from Europe, and I needed a way to talk to them about very, very, very intellectual topics. Again, that project has gone on hold because Good Good Piggy has been taking a lot of bandwidth in my life. But I think I've done 2-3 episodes on it, and I think I find more time to make more regular, to do it regularly. Because outside of what I do at Good Good Piggy, there's a part of me which is a business strategist, which is an investment advisor, and on that front, I have to always be updated about what is happening, what is the real talk, where the world is heading. And the podcast is just a way where you can tune in and listen to all those conversations I keep having with different people. The only thing is I have to record it. So wo regularity I've not been able to have. But in terms of active conversation, I'm always the person who you'll find craving for intellectual conversations.
So one thing I also know about you is that you are an Indian ambassador of Women in Tech, which is the largest women international organization in technology. And I think you said that it's headquartered in Paris, right? So first of all, congratulations for being a part of this, Indian ambassador in other country. So one thing is that how was your journey throughout in this as an Indian ambassador? And second thing that you have worked with many people, right? You have seen the women's are doing really good in air technology. You have seen international women's and you Indian women's too. So क्या आप एक gap देखते हो अभी भी इन दोनों के बीच में? And what are the areas we need to focus and कैसे वो gap fill कर सकती हैं Indian women's?
मैंने ये लर्न करा था कि इंडिया इज द लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ फीमेल्स टेक्नोलॉजी फील्ड. सबसे ज्यादा ग्रेजुएट्स इंडिया से निकलते हैं फीमेल्स के वर्ल्ड में. वी आर रैंक नंबर 1. ओके, बट ओनली 1/3 ऑफ अस आर रीचिंग वर्क प्लेसेस. तो बीच में हम कहाँ गायब हो जाती हैं फीमेल औरतें, इंडियन औरतें एजुकेशन के अंदर. वी हैव नो, टेक्नोलॉजी फील्ड में इट्स रियली रियली बैड. Second, the level of technologies we are dealing with worldwide बहुत आगे बढ़ चुकी है दुनिया. Indian women are very far behind in terms of keeping with technology, and that is because the life cycle of a woman is very difficult, especially in India, right? वो कहीं ना कहीं शादी हो जाती है, फिर बच्चे हो जाते हैं, फिर जब तक वापस आते हैं जॉब पे तब तक दुनिया चेंज हो जाती है, टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो जाती है. It's become really really crazy for women in technology to keep up with it because of how the society is set up. So seeing this, it was a big issue. It's a big issue. Gender inclusive होनी चाहिए progress. और अगर world की progress technology से related है, तो definitely half of the gender is a female. It should not be a man's world. So yes, this is one of the reasons, one of the problems that I felt very important on a world level that I needed to address, and I took it up pro bono. That means that this is my non-for-profit motive. And as an ambassador, I'm also non-for-profit there. I don't charge anything. I don't take a salary. This is something I really truly stand for, and I'm glad that I could bring women in tech to India. अभी तक नहीं थे India के अंदर. They were there in more than 30 plus countries. We were not there in India, and luckily I could bring them to India. I could lead that with me. We have a couple of very very good women across India who are with me as volunteers, trying to make this happen. And I hope that we will be able to build this mission. And this mission is something which is very open hearted from me. होता है मेरे साथ, गुड गुड पिगी में भी होता है, right? When I put up a job post for a technology role, आप बिलीव नहीं करेंगे, I get 98 applications, one is a woman. एंड फिर आप मेरिट पे हायर करेंगे तो वो गायब हो जाती है. तो ये बहुत इश्यूज हैं. आई थिंक दीज आर थिंग्स दैट आई डेफिनेटली फील फॉर. एंड नॉन फॉर प्रॉफिट बेसिस, the volunteers who want to help, organizations, corporates who want to help. Of course, we want to do some stuff together.
Yeah, so we have seen you in Shark Tank India as well. Yeah, so how was your Shark Tank India journey?
It was very nice. It was really good because, as a 3-month-old startup, just as a concept, you could raise to national television, beating 64 or 62,000 applications. It's really nice, right? And of course, to get the right feedback at the right time is very, very valuable. Also to get the right support. We got the mentorship from Namita Thapar, beautiful shark, inside out as a person, as a professional. And we've been very, very fortunate. We got user love, we got the right talent, we got investors after that. So it has been I would say suddenly my startup was on roller skates after we came on Shark Tank. So that's how it has been.
It's just wonderful. But I have also seen that you have received some not so good feedback from the sharks. So मेरा एक question है कि आपने उस चीज को as a, because you were really confident at that, I have seen your whole episode and it was so nice. You were, I feel like अगर मैं वहां होती या कोई भी वहां होता तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें बुरा फील होता. सो उस टाइम पे आपने उस चीज को बहुत ही अच्छे से टैकल किया. सो अगर मैं इसको पर्सनल लेवल पे भी पूछूं एज अ entrepreneur or as anyone, कि how to tackle this type of feedbacks in our own life, कि अगर कोई हमें इस तरह के feedbacks या criticisms दे रहा है, so उसे हम कैसे tackle करें, ये एक मेरे लिए बिग क्वेश्चन है. एंड स्टिल यू आर डूइंग रियली, मतलब आप बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो उसके बाद भी. और कैसे कैसे किया आपने?
वेल देखिए, जो आपने शो पे देखा वो तो 9 मिनट्स थे सोनी पे, क्योंकि 1 मिनट की 1 करोड़ की कॉस्ट होती है. तो हम तो बड़े लकी थे कि हमें 9 मिनट्स मिले. मतलब एज अ स्टार्टअप ओनली इट्स ग्रेट इन्वेस्टमेंट. बट ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी, व्हेन वी आर देयर एंड द शार्क्स टॉक टू यू, वो तो 90 to 120 मिनट्स आपके साथ स्पेंड करते हैं. तो सोनी के पास बहुत कंटेंट होता है आपके लिए, सो दे वांट टू ऑब्वियसली शो स्टफ which will be engaging to you to watch. A lot of conversation that takes place. And I'm really glad that we got that criticism, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं मतलब I could see from the sharks who are giving us very, very harsh criticism, I mean I would say good criticism, is because they were loyal to their own investments. तो हमारे कुछ competitors हैं market में जो different sector, like हम बच्चों के लिए हैं, वो teenagers के लिए, तो वो उनके अंदर invested. शो पे भी बोला that they were invested. So as a good investor, they were very loyal to their existing investments.
Yeah.
Right. And if there's a competitor standing and you have invested in some other company, you should be giving harsh feedback to that, competitor. Nonetheless, their criticism was extremely valuable. I was standing there and listening to it with a smile, because even standing there as a 3-month-old venture, and to know that you will be on national television after that, and the kind of mileage that will give you itself is something that I was really, really happy and proud of. Of the criticism that they were taking, I was listening very carefully, and I'm glad that comes from an early age, because you're not making very big blunders after that, right? You're right there hearing exactly what you should be hearing. The fourth part is to all of that, and the reason why I was standing very strong and proud and tall was in general about the fact that it was a mixed bag. There were some people who gave us good comments, some people who gave us bad comments, some people who motivated us to go ahead. The real fact is that startups or anything which has to do in life it's not the report card day, na? It is not कि आप अभी exam है, it's a sprint. It's a sprint. It's just maybe sauce in a moment, but the journey. There are enough examples in the world who might have not made a win on that particular moment, but in long term they will obviously progress. So Good Piggy has had the same trajectory where we not only saw Shark joining us off the show, or showing us support. She even wrote about us in the
About
book.
us in the book.
Met her again and again. She's always on
Always
WhatsApp
on
with me.
WhatsApp with me.
Access is available
This is
all the
available
time.
all the time.
And
And
the true fun is when investors are now with you, customers want you, you're going out there, there's a wait list of users. So again, I don't still see that like a कि आज report card बन गई है startup की. Report
yeah,
card is when I see my balance sheet and numbers. So in the end,
that is
uh,
the
the real
right.
fact is
The
that
fact is
everybody now
that
knows us,
everybody
right? You saw so many startups on Shark Tank India, but there are
yeah.
only a few of them which you always remember in your mind. So I'm
Yeah.
glad we have found that space in everybody's mind, right?
True.
Where if I talk about my brand, everybody knows it. Like, oh, we've seen about it. There have been sometimes, Manisha, will you believe, कि I'm in these investor meetings and I'm in a conference, and the people are, so what do you do? And I will tell them, look, I'm the founder of Good Good Piggy and we do this. And they will like, अच्छा आपको शार्क टैंक पे जाके एक कंपनी को चेकआउट करना चाहिए, वो आपके जैसा काम करते हैं. And then you tell them वो हम ही थे. So it is really nice because that stuff also
तो देखा
happens.
है आपको.
But so many good things. Now we wanted our office. Property dealers already knew about the company. Landlords know about. So it just becomes so smooth to go ahead. So I
I think
take it in a very
आपका जो एक पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड है, दिस इज वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट थिंग इन योर लाइफ कि हर चीज को देखने का नजरिया बहुत ही अच्छा है कि आप एक बैड चीज में भी अच्छी चीज निकाल लेते हैं, अच्छी चीज में से तो सुपर अच्छी चीज निकाल लेते हैं, व्हिच इज द वंडरफुल
that's
थिंग.
a good business person. They will always do this.
Yeah, true, true, true. So one last thing कि आप अपने गुड गुड पिगी को आगे आगे उसका लाइक क्या फ्यूचर देखते हैं, आगे आप कहाँ किस लेवल पे एक्सपेंड करने की सोच रहे हैं, नॉट जस्ट नेशनली और आल्सो इंटरनेशनली.
तो शार्क टैंक के बाद हमें बहुत ग्लोबल इंटरेस्ट पे आया ऑन द कॉन्सेप्ट देयर. एंड टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, दिस इज अ वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम. लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, माय स्टार्ट ऑफ द जर्नी वाज ऑन एड्रेसिंग द प्रॉब्लम इन द वर्ल्ड. सो नॉट जस्ट सेइंग कि क्या इसकी एप्लीकेशन सिर्फ इंडिया में है, नहीं. कुछ एंजल्स ऐसे भी थे जिन्होंने हमें उस टाइम पे सपोर्ट करा था कि आप इंडिया में करके दिखाइए, फिर हम इसको बाहर ले जाएंगे आपके साथ. हम आपको मतलब अगर इसका पायलट या इसका आई वुड से टेस्ट ऑफ प्रूफ, proof of concept हमें दिख जाता है, then obviously it is applicable in any developing country, correct? Because developed nations में तो काफी financial literacy है, काफी awareness है, काफी लोग independent है, बच्चे responsible हैं. But on the east side of the globe, it's not the reality. So yes,
True.
कुछ angels थे हमें जो मतलब खुद obviously angels ऐसे भी थे शुरू में जिन्होंने हमें हमारे अंदर इन्वेस्ट करा, जो ग्लोबली मतलब जो इंडिया के बाहर रहते हैं, दे हैव सीन द वर्ल्ड and they know what exactly how positive.
how positive which.
So having said so, of course there are global investors who want this to go international. Not only that, कुछ लोग जिन्होंने इन्वेस्ट नहीं करा बट वो इन जनरल ग्लोबल वीसी फर्म्स हैं, वो भी हमें रीच आउट करते हैं. कुछ लोग जो ऑलरेडी बाहर काम कर रहे हैं और वो कहते हैं आप हमें लाइसेंस दे दीजिए. These sort of offers keep coming our way. To be very frank, India itself is a very huge market. So going global, I'm not saying no to it, but it is a roadmap. It has to. It's a long journey to do, because somewhere Good as a product is also under RBI surveillance. We have to have our own set of rules and licenses, etc. So it's a long journey to take.
So what is your advice to all those people who are doing the same thing, like who are in the same industry or same field which you are doing?
I'm very happy because it's a big ocean.
It's a big ocean.
And my heart is for Indian progress. My heart is for global progress. So if there are more people who are doing it, that's fantastic because together we are all moving ahead, right? So I'm not a very competitive person.
to them. So what is your advice to them who wanted to start this type of thing, like the students or just people like us who want to invest or who want to go in this field? So what is your advice for them?
Please be in touch with us. Tell us what you want us to innovate, and we'll make it easier for you. Tell us what your problems are, and let me see if as Good Good Piggy as a company we can solve it for you. तो आपको क्या डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है अभी? ऑलरेडी इतनी सारी चीजें हैं दुनिया में जो शायद आपको एक हेड स्टार्ट दे सकती हैं, बट आप फिर भी कहीं ना कहीं तंग हो रहे हैं, आप नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, आप लिखिए, आप मुझे ईमेल लिखिए, आप मुझे मैसेज लिखिए. इट विल बी अ big data point for me to understand what you want, and I'm very happy to build around it.
Definitely, definitely. So thank you so much, Miss Purva, for joining us. This is such a beautiful talk with you, and the points you have shared in throughout the interview was wonderful. All the related to the financial literacy and everything you have mentioned is just awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining.
Fine. Thank you for being the bridge who will take me to many people in this conversation. Thanks, Manisha.